What's going on, guys? For Complex News, I'm Speedy Morman, and today we have a very special guest in the building. Trippie Redd is here. What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I want to start this off by reading a quote that I got from the Pigeons and Planes team about 3 years ago, okay? It says this: "We premiered this 18-year-old rapper Trippie Redd's music video, and it got over 3 million views. He's building a huge buzz, but there's still not much out there about him, so we went to Miami to spend the day with him." And now, that video that was at 3 million views is at like 80-something million views. Now you're 1,402 years old. That's when you were only 18. What do you make of the last few hundred years for yourself?
I mean, shit, I just worked hard, you know what I'm saying? I've been working hard on just music in general. Like, that's all I live for. I make music, you feel me? Besides my family and my friends, like, music is my thing. So I always just like, I don't know, ever since I dropped a few projects and then it just got like addicting, like a drug. Like it just got to a point where I was like, damn, like I wanna just keep making my shit better, just improving myself and just leveling my shit out. So ultimately, if you go back to the first ones I done did, really it's like 5 of them before I even got famous. And then now it's like 4 of them now. So, you know, like I just been working, elevating myself, improving the craft. That's how it really is.
They always say that when you get a hit or when you get your first hit, it's kind of like a drug. You want another one and you want another one and you want another hit. Is that kind of how you felt, especially starting out?
Nah, not even necessarily hits. It's more so like, I just love the music so much. I put out a body of work and then hopefully that motherfucker do got hits on it.
Right.
I would be hoping so, cause, you know, shit, but it's really about the music more so than that to me. Even like, I just like to get my music that I've been holding to my fans, regardless if it's a hit or not.
Word. So the first time I ever heard you talk about your age, you said you were 1,400, but that was a few years ago.
Right.
What are you now, 1,402? Because your birthday passed in June. How old are you?
Nah, yeah, I'm 1,403.
1,403,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Why do you always say this? Why are you 1,400 years old?
Nah, somebody actually found out my real age, so I ain't been saying that shit. I'm 20 for real, for real.
Okay. Why were you hiding it though? You didn't want nobody to know?
Yeah, it was, shit, it got you talking.
Right,
still.
right.
So hell yeah, that's why I said it. Said it because something smart to say.
For sure. Let's rewind a bit. We're almost a year to the date that your debut album dropped. What do you think of that now? When you look back at that project now.
You talking about Life's a Trip?
Yeah. Your debut.
It's been a year.
We're almost exactly a year. What do you make of that album now? When you look back on it and you think about the time that you had recording that, do you still feel the same about it? Have your emotions changed about it? How do you feel?
That's still one of my favorite albums of all time that I ever created, because just the way it was put together, like, it was just all family and friends, and like we was in this big ass studio together, you know what I'm saying? And we there almost every day. If not that studio, like 2 other studios, but it still felt like home in these studios. And I still go there to this day to those studios and shit, but it just like, everybody was vibed out, hella fucking pizza and wings and fucking Henny and all types of shit, weed, like it was a good time.
Do you have a favorite record off of that album? I like the Idols joint, because I feel like you
Missing My Idols?
Yeah, you really tapped into a flow that
I
really appreciated. Does that rank amongst the top for you, or is there something else that sticks out?
What, Missing My Idols? Yeah. I think I always go off like, when I drop an album, I'll be like, okay, I got a top 5 songs for this album in my book. You know what I'm saying? I let the fans pick what they top 5 be. And I'll see it from numbers, you know. So
that obviously was a year ago, and when I think about your journey overall, it seems like it's kind of been an uphill battle, right? You've had like a lot of things that you had to kind of fight against. So the debut album was August. Rewind a little bit though, back to June. Talk to me about that time, tough period for you. Obviously the jail situation and then XXX passing. What was that time for you like, and how did you kind of persevere through that?
Shit, I mean, that's around the time I was working on the album. And it was like, this is like after it was the first time we was all in the studio like that. And then it got to a point where I moved away to Atlanta. And when I moved away to Atlanta, that's where I was like just kicking it, listening to the album and vibing out and shit. I don't know, like, it was different. I felt good about myself. I felt hella good knowing that I was working on my debut album and knowing that I was ultimately finna drop a bomb on motherfuckers. So, yeah, it was weird. Atlanta was weird. I lived there when I was fucking, like first blowing up and shit, not really doing shit, just working, groundwork and shit. But going back there, it was like, I'm glad I did it when I was trying to, you know, come up rather than trying to be here now. Cause I don't like it like that now. I mean, I like being out there with friends and shit, going to vibe and record, but living out there in my living situation and shit. So I wasn't fucking with it like that. And shit, like right when what you're talking about with Josh saying shit and the jail shit, like literally right before I went, like Ja had sent in the Fuck Love plaque, and then we had talked to each other, and we had good words for each other, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we always used to argue and shit. We was like some little ass girls, but shit, we always made up from our arguments and shit. The last argument was very serious, but we ended up getting past it and shit. I got locked up, and then like the day I got out, like that shit happened. Like literally, I'm driving to fucking my lawyer office, and like I just don't feel the vibe or the energy. Like it's like I'm getting out of jail, and it's like damn, like I can just feel something is wrong. And like everybody knew it, like they knew I felt that way because it was like, you know, somebody that just got out of jail would be happy. I wasn't really happy at all. I was just feeling weird. And we got to the building and shit, my lawyer's son came up, was talking about, fuck that shit.
Well, is it still like a, kind of like an open wound for you? Yeah, I feel that. Have you been able to process it, or does it still like not feel real to you?
Whatever.
Word. Let's talk about the album. You just dropped your next album. It's called XXXTENTACION. What did you feel about this album going into it that was maybe different than going into like some of your other albums?
Shit, I mean, the whole vibe of the album was to make some music that ain't really love music. You know, like just being myself type shit, like just making any vibe I felt at the moment. And for that to happen, I needed to be versatile with each song, and every song shouldn't sound nothing the same. Like everyone was supposed to be different. So it was ultimately like, I make music all the time. So I had like fucking 30, 40 songs I could put on the album.
But it was just about like narrowing them down.
I narrowed them down to what I like, you feel me? I'ma always do that. I don't care what nobody say. Like, I know people wanted a lot of snippets that I dropped, but it was like, I felt like this music's my best music out of all that shit, in my opinion. Yeah. So that's why I chose the songs I chose and shit. But that shit was fun. I was doing it all on tour. And
so you were recording that kind of just wherever you was at?
Yeah, it's just like, I just record on the spot wherever I'm at. Like, I try to vibe with it, like even like some shit I got for the deluxe for the album. I recorded some songs in overseas and shit, like Germany. The songs was fire. It was a different vibe. It was like, damn, I like
maybe it's
vibing.
because the energy there is different and it makes you creatively put out some different shit.
The whole world is different there. Like, it get like hella bright at like fucking, I don't know, like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, it's daytime. You're like, what the fuck? That shit's crazy.
This one is called XXXTENTACION. Was it a tribute to XXX's question mark album?
Yeah, because I felt like on question mark he was being himself, you know what I'm saying? We had talked previously about certain things and shit. Like my favorite song was always what's it called? I should've let you know that you're my only one. I forget what it's called. It was like on SoundCloud or whatever. He dropped that shit. But it was at the time when a lot of the screaming shit was going on, and I was like, I like the singing shit. You know what I'm saying? And then for him to sit down and do like, he did 17 first, and that was more like you know, on some deep shit.
Right.
But Question Mark was like, it was like versatile, show all his strong points, show what he was doing. And I was gonna put like rock on my shit too, like he did on his, but it was like, I got a whole rock album
coming.
So, yeah, so I just was like, fuck it, I'm gonna drop it this year too. So, yeah, it just came from the inspiration of him being himself on his project and really just putting together a versatile-ass project with a bunch of different vibes. I wanted to do the same thing in tribute, you know what I'm saying, so I did that.
One thing that's funny is you on social media, right? You're very self-aware, and I saw a photo that you photoshopped. It was Obama, he was holding like the Kendrick album or whatever album, but you photoshopped it and threw your exclamation mark on there. The album cover to exclamation mark. Did you rock with Obama? Are you into politics at all, or is that just like a funny meme?
I love Obama. Everybody should love Obama, man. That's that guy. Nah, I just seen it in my tags and shit, and I was like, that's fire.
Just throw the repost on it.
I was here for that. I was here for Obama. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people won't get to say they live for Obama, you know, so.
Word. What's been the reception of the album so far? Do you think, like, have people told you they liked it, that they didn't like it? What has been the reception so far?
You know, I feel like my shit is amazing, like I always should,
right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of my fans do too. I had a little event at SoundCloud last night.
Yeah, I saw it.
With a bunch of fans and shit. And they love that shit. They was screaming every word of the songs.
Already?
So,
It just came out.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So, hell yeah, they really like Snakeskin and Immortal. And they really like
I Try is my favorite one.
Yeah,
that shit is
that's what I'm saying, hell yeah. So, you know, I'm fucking with it. I think the process of it, being out and shit and everybody tagging me and showing me they fuck with it and rock with it. It's like, it's more engagement than it's ever been with like people.
I heard you say that you take everything into consideration when people give you feedback, like even when fans say, you know, they feel a certain way. Is that still the case, or?
Yeah, like, I still take shit into consideration. Like, I'll take into consideration. Some people will say, like, some people even said this my worst project, or like they don't like the album or whatever. It's feel like it's like what they say, throwaways or something. And I just sat there and thought to myself, like, these dumb motherfuckers. Like, I just sat here for a year in time and put together a project, and I was really focused on the project, really, like the problems they brought up was like, it's too clean, or it's like, it's put together too polished. Like, how the fuck do you put something together too polished? I always take shit they say into consideration because, I mean, you know, every album I drop, I do something different. This album is more like, I would say the only reason why they could call it clean is because if you think about it, I really ain't do none of my like legendary screaming on this shit. It ain't no screaming whatsoever like I used to do back in the day. And it's me just taking a step closer to what I want to accomplish, what I want to do. So I'm glad people are fucking with it.
Sure.
Though.
Let's talk through some of the records on the album. Obviously, suicide was a common theme. Do you struggle with that, suicidal thoughts?
Nah. I know it's a real touching subject and shit though. I know people really go through that shit. And ultimately, my music helped them get through that shit.
Yeah,
I know that. I done talked to people in DMs and all that about that type of shit. So, yeah, I'm aware of that shit.
But you're good.
Not good.
Good. Because I hate to see
good mental
artists, especially young people, in that state of mind.
Yeah, I'm happy with my life.
Okay, good. The next track that I rocked with, Under Enemy Arms, it's a banger. And for those who watched the video, if they stuck around to the end, there's a white rat that runs with some rainbow hair or something like that. Are you surprised at all that 6ix9ine is ratting, that he's telling?
I don't talk about, we don't talk about writers, you know what I'm saying? I don't know no writers. What's this, a magazine?
Writers? Why do you say writers?
I don't know. I don't write my music. I ain't never wrote nothing. I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this then. Why did you include it in the video? It seems like you kind of won the battle at this point. Why even include it?
I don't know why it was there. It was just a rap. Some
it was just like a coincidence?
Hell yeah.
That shit just happened to run by?
Bro, that shit was crazy. He was like, what the fuck? He's like, who this nigga is.
Damn. Okay, that's real. All right, my last question about this. A lot of people know this, but you actually gave 6ix9ine the beat to Gummo, which turned out to be the song that put him on the map. Do you at all feel responsible for his success? Because if you hadn't given him the beat, things maybe wouldn't have popped in that way.
Him. That's my response.
Fair enough. I guess they say sometimes it's a message even if you don't say words.
Him too.
Fair enough, man, fair enough. I've heard you say that you only listen to your own music. Or at this point, you only listen to your own music. Is that still the case, or have you been bumping other people's stuff?
I listen to my own music a lot, but when I do take the chance to listen to others and shit, I do got a couple little albums and songs that I really fuck with.
What are some of them?
I like Bad Habits, Nav. That shit hard as fuck. The song Taking Chances is my shit.
I like the joint with Meek off of that. Tap?
Oh, Tap,
yeah,
Tap.
That shit's hard.
Yeah, that I could play it. I played them 3 songs in a row. It's Taking Chances, Tap, and then Tension comes right after. My favorite 3 on the project. And then I like, what is it called? Dior, I think Dior Runners. That's my shit on there too. I fuck with Sa Baby too.
Okay.
I like his shit. I like the whole Saunders project. The whole first project he put out. I love
That's
the whole project.
surprising.
I can listen from the top to the
like
bottom.
That. Okay.
Hell yeah.
I remember hearing that you used to listen to a lot of, you said you used to listen to a lot of Drake, Kanye, and Cole, but then you kind of stopped fucking with Cole. Not personally, but just you kind of stopped listening to his music. Have you started listening to him again?
Yeah, his last album was hard as fuck. I love that shit.
What made you stop like listening to him in the first place?
I don't know. My mind just was on some other shit. Wasn't really on his shit at that time.
Right.
But now, hell yeah, like shit. I like that whole new project. Really, I like how I don't know if it's a true speculation, but I like how if he's Kill Edward on there, like if he's both entities on the album, because he only has Kill Edward on the album, so
The only feature.
he's both. That's fire. Hell yeah, because it's like you switch it up and you know some other shit.
Would you ever have an alter ego as a feature on your own project?
Hell yeah, I do that shit all the time. I
But
just
you don't
call
throw
it
a feature though. Like you just, it's just.
But
you.
to actually come out with an alter ego and be the alter ego, hell yeah.
Do you have a name for one?
That's crazy, cause before, like, I wanted to be on some MF Doom type shit. Like, not known, just music viral, but it ended up turning up the other way.
So you had so what you're saying is initially you kind of wanted to do without the fame and just have the music and the art speak for itself.
It's like, I like how MF Doom just got a mask on.
And no one knows who he is.
Yeah, it's like, my mask invisible. You know what I'm saying? It's on right now, but it's invisible.
MF Doom is notorious for sending other people out to perform instead of himself. Is that something that you would do? If you were like that, would you send out other people to perform for you?
Hell yeah. I'd be like, Hunter, go perform for me, nigga, with this mask on. Or Sonny, nigga, yo, hey, look, this show is 100,000. Nah, but I like how I can interact with my fans and they know me personally and shit. That's fire to me, so.
So you were listening to a lot of Drake, Cole, and Kanye. I've also heard you say that you had multiple songs with Drake in the tuck somewhere. Was that a lie, or is this the truth? Do you have songs recorded with Drake?
I had one song with Drake, and that was the God's Plan shit.
Okay, that was the only one.
I didn't finish that shit.
Copy.
Got sick.
Do you regret not being able to finish it, knowing the success that that record had?
No. It would have been a great record to be on for sure, but I don't regret it, because it's like, I'm on my own path, you know what I'm saying? That's somebody else's song. I would have felt great for Drake. It would have been a moment for me too, because, you know, I would have been around for that situation, but it's like, I don't really, it wasn't my song.
Right.
I don't want a diamond record
for
myself.
yourself. Right.
You know what I'm
a lot of
saying?
people don't know the story behind that though. So what happened? You were supposed to do the record God's Plan with Drake, and you recorded some of it, and then there was a snippet. What happened with that?
Put it this way, like, it's no excuse. I could have did the song whenever I pleased to do it. I had the song for 2 months. I could have did the shit. I was sitting back and taking my time on it, because it was like, if I get on this shit I really got to snap, you feel me? So I sat on the song for a little bit, and it was my DJ, you feel me? And my DJ went to like a party in New York and like put like "I love Trippie Redd" in front of the guys playing beat, and then the song was about to come on, and then he turned it off. But it's like he fucked it up because it was like now Drake wanted to drop the shit because it was just going around too much. It was too much shit going on.
Was Drake mad when he heard the snippet, or he didn't care?
It wasn't him, it was his team. He just wanted me to finish it. That's what he was worried about. He was worried about me finishing it. And then, so when it came down to the last day, he hit me up to finish it. I had a show where it was a venue that holds like 3,000 people. And it was like, I had 2 shows that night. I had packed it out twice. So I had to perform, go upstairs, change my outfit, and come back down to a whole new crowd. And I had the flu.
Damn.
Hell yeah. So after that, it was like my voice was gone. I was fucked up, sleepy. Said, fuck that shit.
It wasn't in the cards.
Yeah. Ain't really nothing major. Like, I was sick. Sure. Did a show. And he put the song out, sure. I'm tripping.
How about in the future, though? You guys plan on working on another record together?
Yeah, no, we definitely still talking shit. Hell yeah. Nah, hell yeah. We definitely gonna do some more shit, hopefully.
Okay.
Sure.
As an aside, I feel like, aside from the music, you're one of like the most recognizable people in this whole industry, from the face tats and the hair and the jewelry and stuff like that. Let's talk about the jewelry for a second. Do you feel like you are one of the premier rappers or people on earth when it comes to jewelry? Like, where do you rank amongst people with jewelry?
Shit. Me personally, I'm #1. Shit. That's how I feel.
Is it something that you take pride in, like having the most fire jewelry?
Yeah, I definitely do. I always like, that's the culture, you feel me? That's hip hop culture. That's some hip hop culture I add into my life. Like, I always used to see crazy chains and fire chains, so I just, you know, I wanted to have the best.
What is the most you've ever spent on one piece of jewelry?
I spent 400 on this.
400 bands.
It's solid as fuck, heavy as hell. The heaviest chain I got.
400 bands on a single piece of jewelry. Sheesh.
And I was dumb as hell.
Right. I feel like, but your jewelry is so recognizable that I see other rappers' jewelry and I'm like, oh, okay. It seems like they definitely took influence from your pieces. Do you see that kind of stuff? Do you see other people and you be like, oh, they might have gotten the inspiration of that behind
Yeah, I got everybody fired up. At some point, I was getting everybody fired up. Like, last year and the year before that, I was doing shit that just wasn't sitting too well with people. They like, oh, nah, he can't have that himself. I gotta compete with him.
I feel like people are always trying to keep up though. Do you think that any of these other rappers' jewelry is fake, or is all of these people's stuff real?
A lot of people shit fake.
Really?
Not no household names like me, but like rappers.
A lot of rappers wearing fake jewelry.
Yeah, they be wearing fake jewelry.
Do they know that it's fake, or are they just getting
Some of them might not know. Like, I wouldn't even say it's fake. I'm gonna just be real. Like, there's a difference between like VS1s and SI diamonds. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just see a lot of niggas with SI diamonds. I done had an SI chain before, and I gave that bitch away. I said, fuck that.
Who'd you give it to?
Shit, back to them.
Oh, okay.
So, give my money back.
Word. Let's talk about the face tats for a second. I've heard you say that it's like it's for promotional reasons, right? Like it's for business, and you're one of the most honest people when it comes to face tats. Do you think that you'll ever get to a point where you regret it? Because Birdman, OG in this game, recently just said, man, I wish I didn't get these face tats when I was younger. Do you feel like you'll ever get to that point?
No, I don't, honestly. In my opinion, I would have never made the decision if I would have felt like I was gonna regret it. I wasn't young and dumb doing this shit. I'm young and smart doing this shit. I did it for a reason. And I know I'm gonna have to live with that reason for the rest of my life, and it's okay, cause this music shit, I'm gonna live with this for the rest of my life too. Like, all this shit, like, makes me immortal.
Sure.
Like, this interview's gonna live forever. People gonna watch this forever.
The very first tattoo you got was the one on your face. Were you nervous about that? Did you have to build up the courage for that? Or were you just kind of like, I'm ready, let's do it?
I had so much like confidence in myself making it in music, and I was just like, I gotta do right in the middle of my head first. Fuck it. So that's what I did.
Was it a way of like betting on yourself? Like, look, I got no other option now.
Yeah,
now
hell
I
yeah.
got this tat, I gotta do it.
I was either gonna be this or this.
There was no plan B.
No other plan, no plan B. I was gonna be in music somehow, producing, fucking engineering, something.
Right.
I would've did music, period.
Got it. Okay, word. You've openly said that you don't do drugs, you just smoke a lot of weed, and that's pretty much your only vice. How much do you actually smoke though? Do you smoke like crazy amounts?
I smoke like a day. We run through like 5, 6 backwood packs.
Backwood packs? Somebody over there, he lying?
How many?
A whole box? A day?
Okay, I might have lied.
How many come in a box though?
Okay, so look.
50 backwoods. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Plead your case, my
50
brother.
backwoods then. So like, I smoke all day. Like I try to just keep my mental right. You know what I'm saying?
So you roll 50 backwoods a day, give or take.
I don't roll them,
But 50 backwoods are getting rolled a day, give or take.
Yeah, give or take. Like, I say the lowest amount of backwoods I smoke a day is probably 3 or 4 packs of backwoods, like 5 packs.
Yeah.
But the highest amount is the whole box. Or like a box and another box gets opened.
Got it. And maybe you touch the,
maybe touch the first 2 or 3.
Copy. Okay.
Yeah, but.
How much weed do you think you've run through in your life?
Fuck, that's a crazy ass thing to say.
Estimate though.
Shit, as many pounds I done had to smoke. I damn near done smoked over 10 pounds, 10, 15 pounds.
By yourself?
With my homies,
But you've consumed.
But I've consumed a lot of those pounds.
Right,
like,
right.
I say like, you feel me? Because I got them.
Mm-hmm. God damn. But do you feel like that kind of keeps you yourself instead of like kind of relying on other more serious things that kind of just keeps you?
I mean, shit, it's like, that's like asking somebody like, how much cigarettes you done smoked your life to a chain smoker.
Right.
They gonna tell you like, damn, my nigga, I've been smoking cigarettes for damn near 10 years, boy. You know what I'm saying? So, shit, it's my thing. Like, I don't smoke cigarettes and none of that shit. I smoke weed, and it's like, I got ADHD and shit, anxiety.
But that keeps you.
Yeah, it keeps me like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't got no weed, like, I be regular, but it's like,
yeah, I feel you.
My life just be like, fuck.
But so many other people in this industry are reliant on like other drugs and like, even for like creative purposes.
I don't understand that shit.
But you are good, like what do you think it is about you that kind of helps you steer clear of that?
Cause it's like them drugs that other people be taking, like, it's not for me. I don't think it's for anyone, honestly, you know what I'm saying? But for somebody to consistently do the drugs that they do, that should be wild to me. Like, it seem like your head gonna explode doing shit like that.
Did you have a bad experience with a drug that made you be like, you know what, I'm not gonna even?
Nope, I done did some shit before, but I ain't never had no bad experience, no bad trips off of it, none of that shit. Like, I done tried shit. I done tried a lot of shit, but you know what I'm saying? I just smoke weed, that's me. Like, it's been 2 years since I done tried anything other than weed. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't see it. Like, I don't see the reason behind people doing the drugs they do. Like, shit dumb.
I feel like you've spoken about it, but you're low-key spiritual, right? Like, you come from a family that's very spiritual.
Yeah.
Grew up in the church and stuff like that. Why so spiritual, and is there a specific religion that you follow? How are you able to kind of stay in that home base?
I mean, I just grew up in a spiritual home, you know what I'm saying? I grew up with a lot of, my family, like, you know, they they black, you know what I'm saying? They more on some Christian shit. So I fuck with it, like, that's how I grew up in a Christian home. And you know, like the kid that grew up like on some, like their family was on some Christian shit, but they was always like, I'm the different one.
I'm the rebel.
That's me, yeah, like, I'm still like, I praise the Lord, you know what I'm saying? But I'ma always do what I wanna do, regardless who say what. I know that I believe in God. I know that's in my book for sure. I just, you know what I'm saying? Me as an artist, I paint pictures for myself and put myself in different scenarios. You might not have ever seen me as Michael White in these situations, but as Trippie Redd, I'm able to do these things because at the end of the day, this is like some other shit. This movie shit. This is, you know what I'm saying, the whole experience, some whole other shit that I gotta let my message get across to people in different various ways where it might make shit look different, you know what I'm saying? Not some shit I would do. But
you seem like the type of guy, not that this has anything to do with spirituality, but the guy that believes in like conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Are you a conspiracy theorist?
I fuck with watching that type of shit. Like, I sit there, get high and be like, he said some shit. Like, that
Do you believe, is there one that you believe in? Like, the earth is flat, or like fucking 9/11 was an inside job? Is there like a conspiracy theory that you be like, yo, that shit is definitely true?
Like, me personally, I feel like, how could we think we the only ones in this fucking galaxy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still feel like there's aliens. I feel like some gods that people say was gods, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they probably was gods, but they was probably extraterrestrial. I think of shit like that, because it's like, damn, you telling me a nigga with 6 arms floated down here, purple, and told you this and left. Like, nigga, they was an alien. Like, that's just how I sit back and try to examine shit, but I don't really get too into it though.
But like on some like Area 51,
yeah,
like
it's like
stuff we don't know.
They say they, like the NASA would be like, we found 32 super Earths. What the fuck is a super Earth? Like, nigga, you can't tell me there's no life on these super Earths.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We probably can't reach these super Earths, but on the super Earths, there's gonna be bacteria and shit, carbon dioxide, all type of crazy ass shits that just end up making some type of life form. So you can't tell me there's no other life form in this galaxy or out of this galaxy.
Trippie Redd believes in aliens. I want to know, do you feel like you're misunderstood as a person? Do you feel like people have a misconception about you, Trippie Redd?
Everybody do. Nobody knows me unless you know me in person, for real, for real. Like, I'm completely different than what people paint about me.
What are the things that they're getting wrong?
Everything, me as a person, everything about me. Like, they get it wrong. They don't know nothing about me. Nobody do. Like, you really gotta, if you sat with me for an hour while I smoked some blunts and just talked and we just had a conversation, I feel like a lot of people would understand me way differently and look at me way differently, respect me way more.
Well, we've sat for almost an hour. The only thing is we ain't smoked weed.
Right.
So, but if we smoked weed, you're saying we would really truly understand the real you.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like you would fuck with me.
Okay.
We smoked for an hour.
Okay.
Chilled.
Cool.
You probably fuck with me now though.
Yeah, I do. I like the energy,
yeah.
and I hope it's a mutual situation. You know, I hope you rock with me as well.
Yeah, for sure.
They're trying to wrap me, but real quick before we go, let's talk about some of the new music that's supposed to be coming out. You have another album on the way. There's supposed to be an EP with you and Playboi Carti. Can you just give us a rundown of what you got coming down the pipeline?
I'm working on projects. I got projects with other artists. I got projects by myself. The next project will probably be the rock album.
Okay, when you say projects with other people, who are we talking about? Is this Playboi Carti or is there someone else, or?
Shit, I mean, yeah, other people, you know. I don't want to say too much.
But other than Playboi Carti?
Yes, other people. Hell yeah.
And are they just records? Are they projects? What
I got projects.
So you have collab projects with people?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are they in the circle that you kind of evolve in, or is it someone that we'd be shocked to know?
I mean, it's somebody that's like in my circle of friends, but y'all still be shocked. But not really. Y'all be like, oh, that's a no-brainer. They should have did the project.
Is it a man or a woman?
It's a guy. It'd be like no brainer though. Like they definitely they're the leaders of the youth right now.
So they came up to the SoundCloud kind of era.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Okay. Is it Smoke Perp?
Smoke Perp though, I like Smoke Perp. Me and Smoke Perp make music together a lot. We got some shit coming together. He might be on the deluxe.
What kind of qualities do you look for in someone that you would do a collab project with? What do they have to have in order for you to do a project with them? So I can try to figure out who this person is in my mind.
Shit, they gotta be versatile. You gotta be able to rap. You gotta be able to talk about love. You gotta be able to have tremendous melodies. They gotta have the vision. They gotta be on some young nigga run the youth shit.
Okay, Lil Uzi Vert, that's what I'm going with in my mind. That's what I feel like it is.
That's hard. That's somebody I would look forward to doing some shit with.
Okay.
You know, it ain't even him.
Oh. All right, well, we'll have the people guessing. Maybe they can drop in the comments who they think it is. Trippie, I appreciate you coming through and kicking it with us.
Hell yeah, appreciate talking to you.
When can people expect the next slew of music? When is it coming?
Couple months before the end of the year, maybe the start of the next year.
Okay, but within the next few months for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Appreciate you letting that burp out on our set right before you go. Thank you for that. Appreciate you, Trippie Redd.